back to the Denver Radio Real Estate Show. I'm Cheryl Garlock with Colorado Front Range Properties. And you know what? This show is a show all about residential real estate. So if you're in the market to buy a home or sell a home, this is the place you want to be. And if you're an investor looking to learn more about investment properties, you guys know I'm big on investment properties there. And I especially love the ones that are income producing properties there because I like to plan for retirement appropriately enough. But we also discuss lots of different things. And today my very special guest is Nate Dowden with the Rocky Mountain Group. Nate, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cheryl. Glad to be here.
And Nate is going to talk to us a little bit about what you need to know as a homeowner or home buyer about buying homes and understanding what the soil conditions are and kind of proper engineering, because of course your property is only as good as the bones they are made of. Wouldn't you say that's true, Nate?
Correct, or like we've all heard before, found your house on rock, not on sand. So there's a key there to the foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's not, like I said earlier, it's not a sexy topic there. Neither is title insurance. Money usually is, but at any rate, this is an essential ingredient. I'm probably one of the few realtors out there, especially for a female, that really gets interested in the mechanical realm. Don't know a whole lot about them, but I know what to look for. So let me ask Nate a question here, and I want you guys to focus in on this. As a home buyer, you know, whether you're a first-time home buyer or a repeat offender, as we might call it, should I be concerned about the soil at my property site? Now, Nate, tell us a little bit about why they should be.
Well, the Front Range of Colorado is relatively unique in that we have a variety of soil types, slope stability issues, various geologic hazards that can impact the house foundation system.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you said that we have a variety of soil types here, I think we have is it more of a sandy clay soil, and then do we have other wetter soils, or what kind of soil types do we have in the area that affect how we build?
There's a variety of soils ranging from sands to clays, clay stones. One of the common terms that you'll encounter is expansive soils or expansive clays and clay stones, which are soils when they are wetted swell up and create pressures on the foundation system.
You know, and that's a good question here to answer too. A lot of times, you know, people think the foundation is like the floor, and it's not. It's the walls, isn't that right?
Correct. Typically, there's going to be a footer beneath the foundation wall, or you may have a drilled pier system upon which the foundation or basement walls may rest. And the slab is typically isolated or floats independent of the foundation wall system.
So I guess, you know, if you can kind of look at it like taking a cardboard box and submerging it in a sink full of water, those sides of that cardboard box function a lot like a foundation wall. Is that right?
Correct.
So we got to bring this down to, you know, terms that we can all understand. And, you know, you guys that are engineers out there, I know you guys know hands down exactly what Nate's talking about. So in talking about these expansive soils here, let's talk a little bit about what people should be looking out for, how they can take preventative measures here.
Probably the most important thing is drainage around the house, making sure that gutters and downspouts operate properly. Downspouts discharge the runoff away from the foundation system. Water's not being allowed to pond right next to the foundation wall or the basement wall.
So that means that how far away distance do you think that water should be drained away from a foundation wall? Because I'm usually pretty anal about water next to my foundation.
Ideally, we recommend that the drainage extend approximately 10 feet beyond the foundation system, recognizing a lot of newer subdivisions have smaller setbacks, and you may only have 5 feet from the property line to the foundation wall. In that case, you would want a well-defined swale or drainage area adjacent to the house for the water to run away from the foundation system. But normally you'd want about 10 feet.
Oh, yeah, right. So let me talk about that swell for just a second here, as you said. And if you don't have that setback, as you said, because you're right, newer subdivisions don't have that much room there. You may only have, to your property line, you may only have 5 or 6 feet.
That's right.
So that swale there, it's like a divot, so to speak, isn't it? Kind of like a little dip in the
Shallow
area.
ditch, yeah.
Shallow ditch there. Okay. And then also, would you be putting I forgot what they call it. Is that black corrugated pipe there that's got holes in it for drainage? What do they call that
Different
pipe?
builders are going to approach it in different manners. Sometimes they'll put a landscape fabric with rock to provide a drainage path. You could use a perforated pipe
Okay.
to provide a defined flow area.
I got to tell you guys, Nate's 100% correct, because I've done this business now for 34 years, and I've been on many, many, many inspections, and I've seen a lot of issues that have surfaced because people did not pay attention to proper drainage. And it's exactly what you're talking about there. And I don't know if you guys remember, those of you who have lived here for a long time, but I know that around my house, I think it was in, I don't know, 2003, 2004, we had a giant blizzard. And I'm not kidding you, we had about 5 feet of snow. And I ended up digging a trench around the house by about 3 feet wide, because I wanted to make sure that when that snow melted, the water would have someplace else to go besides my foundation.
Right.
I'm not sure that really made a lot of geotechnological sense, but it made me feel better about protecting my foundation. And I know my neighbors must have thought I was completely weird doing that there, but oh well, we all did that. We got rid of that. Let me also ask you about seeing heaving in a basement in the slab. Let's talk about that, because what's the issue with that when people see heaving? What does that mean?
Typically, if you see heave or vertical uplift in the slab, it means you have expansive soils under the slab. The thing you want to be careful of is the slab is not being heaved upwards and compressing partition walls, which would then damage the structural floor system of the floors above. So if there's vertical displacement of the floor slab in the basement, that's the time to check and verify, is there any damage in the structure above.
Wow. You know, there's a lot that, I know, you know, this is sort of a complex subject there, but if you've ever known anybody who's had any structural issues, it becomes a real serious matter and you need to address it. And I imagine you all have the capabilities of helping people address it in the home that's already existing and that has had problems surface.
Right, Cheryl. One of the things we do is a lot of forensic evaluations to find out how to fix homes that have been damaged by soils problems.
That's great. Well, listen, you guys, you need to stay tuned here for more from the Denver Radio Real Estate Show here. But if you want to know how to reach Nate, go to our website, denverrealty.com, and click on the Denver Radio tab, and you'll see our guest contact information. Hey, we're going to be right back with Property Showcase, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.